You're 25, and nothing about your life looks impressive. You wake up in the same apartment, drive the same ordinary car, go to the same job. You don't have a designer watch. You don't post screenshots of your bank account. You don't walk around telling people how much you've saved. From the outside, you look completely normal. But here's the strange part. You might already be much further ahead financially than you realize. Not because you make an incredible salary, not because you inherited money, and definitely not because you discovered some secret investment nobody else knows about. It's because you started doing something incredibly boring. You became consistent. And consistency has a strange property. For a long time, it looks like nothing is happening. Imagine a normal payday. Your paycheck arrives. Before you have a chance to spend it, an automatic transfer moves part of it into savings. Maybe it's $100. Maybe it's $300. Maybe it's more. Nothing exciting happens. You don't feel richer. You just continue with your day. Then you do it again next payday. And again the month after that. Meanwhile, someone else gets the same paycheck and thinks, I'll save whatever is left. But there's a problem with that strategy. There's usually nothing left. The money gets absorbed by food, subscriptions, shopping, a few nights out, a new phone, a car payment, small purchases that don't feel dangerous individually. And that's where the difference starts. Not with one giant financial decision, with hundreds of tiny ones. You keep your old phone for another year. You don't upgrade your car just because your friends did. You look at a sale and ask, would I buy this if it wasn't discounted? You pay your credit card balance instead of carrying expensive debt. You start building an emergency fund. You invest consistently instead of trying to predict what the market will do next. None of these decisions makes a great Instagram post. But together, they start changing your financial position. Then one ordinary afternoon, something happens. A friend calls you. He's stressed. His car needs a major repair. His rent just increased. His credit card balance is already high. And payday is still several days away. You listen. You don't feel superior. You actually understand the stress. Because you've had it too. But then you realize something. If your car broke tomorrow, you could probably handle it. If your paycheck was delayed, you wouldn't immediately be in trouble. If an unexpected bill appeared, you wouldn't have to put the entire thing on a credit card. And that's when you notice the gap. It's not a gap in cars. It's not a gap in clothes. It's not a gap in vacations. It's a gap in options. Your friend might have more expensive things, but you have more room to breathe. And that is one of the least visible forms of wealth. Think about two people earning the same $60,000. Person A spends almost everything. Person B spends less, avoids expensive debt, saves automatically, and gradually invests. After 1 month, the difference is barely noticeable. After 1 year, it's bigger. After 5 years, the difference can become enormous. Not because person B made one brilliant decision, because person B repeated ordinary decisions for a long time. That's the part people underestimate. Wealth often grows quietly. You don't feel your savings account getting stronger every day. You don't wake up feeling different because you invested another $200. You don't celebrate every month that you avoided unnecessary debt. Life still looks normal. That's why financial progress can be frustrating. You're doing the right things, but there's no dramatic moment telling you they're working. No fireworks. No notifications saying, congratulations, you're finally ahead. Just another payday. Another transfer. Another month. Another small decision. And then eventually, you look back. Maybe you're 25. Maybe you're 30. Maybe you're 35. And you realize the boring choices created something powerful. You have savings. You have investments. Your debt is manageable. Your lifestyle isn't completely dependent on your next paycheck. You can say no to things that aren't right for you. You can handle problems without immediately reaching for a credit card. You have choices. And here's something important. Being financially ahead doesn't mean you're guaranteed to stay ahead. Life happens. People lose jobs. Emergencies happen. Markets fall. Unexpected expenses appear. There's no magic number that makes you financially invincible. And you don't need to compare your situation to everyone else's. The real goal isn't beating other people. It's creating a financial life that gives future you more choices than current you had. That's why you shouldn't feel discouraged if you're 25 and nowhere near this example. Maybe you're starting with $100. Maybe you're paying off debt. Maybe you're still figuring out your career. That's not failure. You're simply at an earlier part of the process. Start where you are. Save something. Automate it if you can. Pay down expensive debt. Keep your lifestyle from automatically expanding every time your income increases. And give the process time. Because here's the uncomfortable truth about financial progress. The decisions that change your life often feel completely insignificant when you make them. Skipping one unnecessary purchase doesn't make you wealthy. Saving $100 doesn't make you financially independent. Keeping an old car doesn't make you a millionaire. But doing those things repeatedly, for years, can completely change where you end up. And that's why the person who looks ordinary at 25 might be building something extraordinary underneath the surface. Nobody sees the automatic transfers. Nobody sees the debt you didn't take on. Nobody sees the investments quietly growing. Nobody sees the emergencies you can now handle. And you don't need them to. Because real financial progress isn't always about looking ahead of everyone else. Sometimes it's simply waking up one day and realizing you don't panic about money the way you used to. You're still driving the same car, still living in the same apartment, still going to the same job. But there's one important difference. Your money isn't controlling every decision anymore. And maybe that's what being financially ahead really means. Not looking rich, not proving anything, just quietly building enough freedom that your future doesn't have to look exactly like your past.